I would say this government had no good intention. And I think the promises were intentional just to garner the votes for 2022. And possibly the current president mistook the capacity of Kenyans. Maybe he thought the Kenyans that were there many years back are still the same population. I do not see any good intention, because even as a member for Kipipiri, if elections were to be called today, there are several things that I can show that I have connected 30,000 people with electricity. I can show 15 big schools have been facelifted to academies, and maybe 40 medium schools have been facelifted to this. There is something I can show that my school fees was 15,000 Kenya shillings and today is 500 shillings. I can show that our students were not eating at school, and today 7,000 students are eating at school, and I can say many things. If I look at this government, the many things we can see is the opposite and not finding a single thing. For instance, in Nyandarua, we had many roads which had started. We had one road which started in Orkalau called Captain Wanjohi, Geta Donyujeru Road. It crisscrossed 3 constituencies. It was done 50%, that is 25 kilometers. The president came there immediately during the prayers, the Thanksgiving prayers that he was going round. He said this road, by October, it will be finished. And the people believed because it was already at 50%. And he said on February, I'll come and launch. That is the only time I found William Ruto speaking the truth. Because indeed, in February, he came and launched the same road, and he promised that in 10 months, the road would be finished. In fact, there was a proposal that some work can start in Kinagop and some work can start in Kipipiri. They meet at the middle, 13 kilometers for 10 months. That looked realistic. But to date, the road has only been done 4 kilometers. So 4 kilometers, 4 years means 1 kilometer per year. And now the government is telling us that Rironi Mau Summit Road will be finished by, I think, is it Madaraka Day or what, next year, and it is 170 kilometers. For this government, obviously, it will need 170 years if we go by Kipipiri, Kinagop Road. So clearly, what is tangible that this government has done, that is really agitating. But there are several tangible mess that this government has done. For instance, the introduction of SHA. While SHA may have been a good option, but you can see the intention was never good. The system of SHA time and again is failing to serve the people, but when it is debiting your account, it's not failing. It's very easy for you to credit money to SHA, whether cash or by salary deduction. But when you go to the hospital, you want treatment. Sometimes you have this. While NHIF was 500 bob, and somehow it was working even for people like teachers, the police force, and such. So this government has tangible messes in numbers, including lies, including the introduction of this goonism culture, which I tell President Ruto, this is what you finish him. He must turn